Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom, and welcome to another episode of the Just Seen podcast. Today, on this exciting impromptu episode, what I have for you is a special treat. I dedicate this one solely to my sisters, and I'm going to begin with the first point saying, if it don't apply, let the motherfucker fly. All right? But then I'm also going to say that off the other side, it's not going to be an attempt to bash y'all, disrespect y'all, or no shit like that. I'm not going to come out sideways or anything like that. But I'm giving this disclaimer up front because this is specifically about y'all. Because there's been a string of like recent shit that I've just been observing and paying attention to. I don't know if it's the fact that, the solar flux is about to change, planets about to move into different places, or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to blame it on the stars. I'm not going to blame it on none of that shit. But what I am going to say is that I'm observing that there's a delineation in the quote unquote, I guess, I'm not necessarily going to say spiritual woman. I'm not going to say the religious woman. I'm just going to say the woman who is now coming into a new space, right? There's a delineation between those who are actually healing or trying to heal and those who are just looking to be medicated. And those who are trying to heal, they're looking for ways that you can show them how to put the cure together. They'll be accountable for this shit. But the other side, they just want medicine, they're going to deflect, right? So the purpose behind this entire thought process right now is that when it comes to women in relationships, as a man who is on a different side of the fuckboy line and all of that other shit, but who was once on the fuckboy line, understands the dynamics and shit like that. It's like, I can see now who wants to be medicated, and I can see now who wants to be healed. You feel what I'm saying? And in this episode, it's all right, let me say what prompted it, because I don't want to keep being vague. So it's like there's a line that you have women who want to heal, and you have women who want to be medicated. Now, like I said, this is solely for my sisters today. Of course, my brothers, the shit can apply to us. Catch the principles, because, so frail shit, masculinity shit. Catch the principles when you can, if y'all listening. But for my sisters, it's like specifically catered and crafted for y'all today, because it's like there's a fine line between the women that are healing or trying to heal and women that want to be medicated, and what's going to sustain them. So I made a post, right? First off, I made 3 posts. And I feel like all of these posts go together. I do. I really do. The first post that I made was black women need more black male friends who are not trying to fuck them. Right? Now, that post is what this relates to. Now, my caption on the post was, now I said that's dangerous waters, because then it increases your sex appeal, and then now they want to fuck you because you don't want to fuck them. It had nothing to do with the caption. I was just putting that in there just for dramatic effects and shit. Y'all know me. So that was the first post. It was the black women need more black male friends who are able to be friends without wanting sex. Cool. I said, I'm fucking with you, right? Fucking with you. A select group of women were on that time. Like, feel me? I remember the people, because these people showed up again. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So in that, it's like I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, cool. You want a black man who's not a friend, who's not trying to fuck you. Now, in the back of my mind, I don't even know these other posts are coming, because, I find them in the moments I find them and I make my captions. But I'm like, okay, that's cool. When you just like, but what do you want outside of that? Like, what do you want out of a friendship? Because what is a friend? You feel me? We're going to get into that. What is a friend? And what is it really? And what do you see as a friend? And what would you define as a male friend? You know what I'm saying? And as I was going over that, it came to me that I gotta take a quick break because you feel me, I'm in the intro, and be sure to follow me on Instagram _scene _ be sure to check out my website at imjustscene.com. Get all things that are just seen. To all the people who tip, sponsor, and donate, thank you so much. You are greatly appreciated. To all those who would like to, you can do so by clicking the description of your podcast episode. I know that kind of just cut it off right there. I was really getting into it, but all right, yeah, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back into it, we're going to dive into impromptu pop-ups. I don't have a title for this yet, but I think it's going to be something along the lines of, do you really want a friend? Something like that. But yeah, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back. Oh yeah, and don't forget to visit imjustscene.com. There, you can get all things Just Seen. You want to add the So Frail series to your library? Visit imjustscene.com. You want to learn how to master the market for serious trading and investing? Visit imjustscene.com. You want to get your hands on some exclusive merch like tees, hoodies, coffee mugs, hats, bags? Visit imjustscene.com. Are you thinking about transitioning into the plant-based lifestyle? Visit imjustscene.com. You ever want to just chat with Scene about anything from simple advice to mentorship? Visit imjustscene.com. Anything and everything that is me, you can find at imjustscene.com. So just take a quick peek into my world and see why being just seen is nothing less but always more. Because you never really know what you need until you see it. You will never see it unless you visit imjustscene.com. All right. Welcome back. No more cut-offs and shit. Because I knew, I felt that where I was going, I couldn't just cut it right there. But I had to cut it right there because, blah, blah, blah. But, because if I wouldn't, I would have never got an intro in it. But, all right, so now we back. Okay. So it's like, so piggybacking off that post, you feel me? It's like, yeah, so it's like, what do you define as a friend? Because this is how I look at my friendships. My friendships, they're not difficult. They're not rough. They're not, but we do hold each other accountable and we make sure we're responsible for shit. So we will talk to each other as such, right or wrong. And we're willing to give the alternative perspectives we may not be seeing or considering. This is very important because this is why I'm saying all these things tight. So that first post comes in, we need more black male friends who don't want to fuck. Okay. Do you really? I gotta know. Because that's what I'm saying. It's like, now it's coming into the differentiation between, I'm seeing the sisters who want to be healed and those who want to be medicated. It seems like it's the same shit. It's not though. The example that I'm going to use is like, I know people who say, I want to get off high blood pressure medicine. Okay. But I'm not willing to do any of the shit that gave me high blood pressure. But I'm just going to stop taking the high blood pressure medicine and see if my body regulates. No, you're not getting to the source. That makes sense, right? We all on the same page with that shit, right? You feel me? So what happens is, what do you go to? Do you go to a healer? Do you go to a doctor? You end up going to the pharmacy because it's easier. You feel what I'm saying? So you get into a loop of, I have to be medicated. So it's like, you got high blood pressure. You're diagnosed with high blood pressure. What do? Do I take the medicine to lower it? Or do I go back and figure out what the fuck gave me the high blood pressure, start working on my body, start eating a different way, start cleaning out my system to avoid it, and then continue on that path? That's another point. Continue on that path of healing. You feel what I'm saying? I went through the healing. Now I've healed. Now I have to stay healed. So I have to keep on this path. You dig what I'm saying? So there's those who want to be healed. I'm seeing those who want to be healed and those who just want to be medicated. And this was made apparent to me because, like I said, now we're piggybacking off the first one. Okay, give me a male friend. Give me a friend. I want a friend, because if I ever fall in love, I will make sure that, you feel me? But nah, it's like, we talking about the friendship, right? Give me that friend. So it's like, now I have to understand. I have to look at it like this. How do you see a friend? Because if you're not looking at a friend as somebody who's like, yo, all right, fuck the pity party. Get off your ass. This is the problem. Fix this shit. You feel me? It's cool when it's like, okay, cool. I guess somehow it's different when it comes from a man. I think that's what the situation is. I really think that's what the situation is. So, like I said, when you're in the quest of healing versus medication, and you and being medicated, and you in the middle of it, you feel me? You got to pick a side. And You're going to pick a side. Either I'm going to do the healing, go into the work, uproot all of this shit so I can transform. I'm just going to be medicated and continue to fuck with what keeps me in this space, but keeps me viable in this shit. All right, cool. We on the same page with that. Healing and medication. Different things, right? So now, this is also me not saying, I'm not saying, look, bro, I'm healing and I'm doing all this shit. Yo, take this hit. No, you ain't got to take this shit. But I'm not about to keep medicating you with the shit. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a natural healer. I don't put down medication for you to get. I put down resources. If you took these resources and you fucked it up, you're not getting more. I gave you enough to do what you were supposed to do to heal yourself. But you want to come back for the medication. Then you get mad when the medication don't taste right, if it don't hit right, or if it don't do what you think it's supposed to do. That's why I gave you the shit to heal yourself. Don't bitch with me. You feel me? Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because to go from that post where, men, we need more male friends that ain't trying to fuck. You feel me? Can you listen to a male friend who's not trying to fuck you? Can you listen to somebody who's not trying to, can you really be engaged with somebody who's not sexually attracted to you? No, your mind is wired for the shit. You feel me? You want him to have all of that shit, sexual attraction to you, to appeal, all of that shit, but don't try to fuck me. Be my friend. You feel me? But what's a fucking friend? Nah, see, we misunderstanding reality because we're calling friendly, we're wanting friendships with friendly motherfuckers. We're blurring those lines between friends and friendly. That's what this title is going to be. Friend of friendly. But we're blurring the lines with that shit. Friendly, you feel me, is a state of action or a state of feeling. You feel what I'm saying? A friend is a being. You feel me? You either are or you aren't. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But your friendly is conditional to the certain situation. So it's like, when I look at that, I just in this divide, I'm like, okay, I've seen, and when it comes to the healing side, those women who are looking to heal themselves, they are those who really want friends as men. Because now it's like, you know what? You're going to keep me on point, help me with these relationships, navigate my shit, and tell me what men think. You feel what I'm saying? What I should be doing, what it could really be about me. You feel what I'm saying? But you friendly motherfuckers just want to be medicated. Oh, talk to me nice, hype me up, do this, cool. But don't try to fuck me. Now, this whole conversation ain't got shit to do with fucking. I'm about to segue into the next point. So the post, so this is what I'm saying. So after the friend shit, the next post comes up. I think a day and a half later. That's what I'm saying. It's all within 72 hours. But these two posts happen within 24 hours. Make one. And I'm looking, and it's like, the post was about, ladies, sometimes it ain't you. He can't handle your love. He can't do this shit. That might be true. I'm not denying that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm talking about right now. That's not what got me frustrated. What got me frustrated was that, and what if it is you? What if this is a recurring theme that keeps happening? And I started to see the medication. And I started to see in that moment, what type of women look to be medicated? What type of women look to be healed? You feel what I'm saying? And what type of women want friendly black men in their circle that don't want to fuck? Or who really wants a friend? You feel me? Nowhere did I disrespect anybody. Nowhere did I call them up. I did. I think that's what might be the trigger. Because I was like, you need somebody to tell you that you're beautiful and you're not beautiful, you ugly. And then I was like, I just had to break the tension because I felt it getting thick. So they probably stopped reading at that point. That's probably what triggered them, whatever the case may be. But whatever the scenario was of what the thing was the man was doing that they weren't doing, I gave the alternative to it as a accountability piece. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, he needs to show you that you're beautiful, but do you embrace the beauty within yourself? What standard have you shown him is beautiful that you have to see? Because at that point it becomes him reminding you shit. And then it's like, I think what really tipped the scales on both sides was that, and it was like, spoil him. There's men that are going to spoil you. Father figures, you can't get with and that's why I think y'all want sugar babies and sugar daddies and all of that shit. But it's a paternal energy. To be spoiled requires paternal energy. You're not having a relationship with paternal energy. You don't have an intimate relationship with paternal energy. Yeah, you get with the man because of the paternal energy he can have. Your connection with that man is based off of spousal energy. Spousal and fraternal/sororal energy. You feel what I'm saying? It's not off of the paternal energy. It's Not off the paternal energy in which that's what dominates. Yes, the paternal energy and maternal energy has to infuse within the relationship, because it's like, yo, as a man, I still got to guide you when you off your shit from time to time. As a woman, you still got to guide me and correct me if I'm off my shit too, as like mother and father energy. But that doesn't mean you play that position. You feel what I'm saying? So the whole, you spoil, the word spoil, you throw spoiled shit away. You feel me? Why do you want to be spoiled and spoiled shit gets thrown away? And then now you want to talk about fuck boys. This nigga spoiled me till he didn't want to spoil me no more. And now look at me. I'm broken, hurt, all of this shit. Going through all of these things. It's like, well, why can't they? Because now it's like, all right, when I just got to get my energy straight again. So when we're looking at it from that perspective, right? We're looking at it from that perspective of, all of these things that were listed in this thing was everything saying, yo, baby girl, there's nothing wrong with you. These men just don't have the capacity to do what you need them to do. Whatever the case may be. Cool. I'm with that shit. Because there's literally some of us that can't hold a candle to the women that we trying to fuck with. I'm not knocking that shit. But my other side to that, as the friend, as the male friend who's not going to tap into the emotion and make you feel good about the situation, I'm not trying to medicate you out of this situation and your relationship's failing. I'm trying to heal you out of this shit, trying to spark you low, heal this shit. Why the fuck you keep running into these shits? You feel me? And it led me to a point because one of the people said, first off, it was funny shit. I liked this before I read your caption. And then I read your caption. I got to take my like back because now I don't agree. All right, cool. That showed it's different. That literally showed me the divide right there. Like, I respect the motherfuckers in the captions and I kept that shit cordial. But the motherfuckers that was in the DMs going in on me and shit, like, bam, bam, bam. Like, calm your shit down. I'm not addressing all of y'all at one time. I'm not about to get on this shit. I'm not about to wake up to this bullshit. But what I am going to do is I'm going to give, I'm going to stand on what I said. You feel me? As a friend, as a motherfucker who can really be friends with women, I'm going to stand on what I said. I never disrespected them. I never degraded them. I never called them bitches. I never called them stupid. I said, look, there now needs to be more. Cool, we can have this conversation of, it's not you. It's not you now. But we got to have the conversation that, yeah, at some point it is. At some point, this is your own doing. You feel me? You want to be medicated by the shit. So the person says, I read the caption and I don't agree. And I could be wrong because I knew the intention in which I wrote the shit. I knew the intention in which I was coming from. And I knew that my intention was clear. You feel me? I knew that my intention was clear. I'll just use percentage numbers. 75% of the motherfuckers caught what I was putting down. 25% of the motherfuckers didn't get it. I was like, okay. So when the person says, now that I read your caption, the first they commented one time based off of the post. Then they went back and read the caption and shit. Y'all know to fuck with me. Y'all know how to fuck with me. You better read the caption first. Cause then I gotta take my like back. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you and your like. The fuck? That's not what I do this shit for. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, the metrics were there and everything showed. So this person literally says, now I know that this is an accountability piece. How I know this is an accountability piece? Because at this point, every time I say one of the things that was in the post, I give the alternative. I never bashed anybody. I never came off anybody sideways or anything like that. I said, look, you want to be this, but this man isn't that. You want this man to do this, but this man isn't that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you want him to love, like love you, it said something about making it hard to love you or some shit. He's making it seem like it's hard to love you. What if it's not that he's making it seem like it's hard to love you, but it actually is hard to love you? These very same women, like I said, because I pay attention to a lot of shit, but within this 25% bracket, these women will also be the same ones who will be saying shit like, I know I'm hard to love. That's why the man who loves me the way this... No, you got to realize, baby girl, some men don't want to deal with women who are hard to love. They're not going to deal with it. You feel what I'm saying? That's the shit that I was trying to put you on. You feel me? I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers keep telling y'all it's not y'all. There's nothing that you have to do. Being hard to love is not something you should embrace. You feel me? Had another point in there was like, he's going to embrace all your flaws. No, he's not. You know why he's not going to embrace all your flaws? Because you're not going to see them as a flaw. He only knows what a flaw is because you have internalized it as a flaw. You feel what I'm saying? The moment we got to learn how to break out of that shit. I'm flawed. You're not flawed. Nobody's flawed. You just have shit about you that a motherfucker don't like, and fuck that motherfucker. So we all got it. We all got it. You feel what I'm saying? But you have to come to terms with that reality. I'm like, the fuck, I'm not flawed. I just have something that this motherfucker might not like about me. You feel what I'm saying? Now, it becomes a flaw when it becomes problematic to your growth. That's a flaw. Change that shit. Don't embrace it. Now keep this in mind, because now this is about the accountability part. Because it's like, if you are saying that if he's not embracing your flaw is the flaw that you have is something that doesn't make you grow. Why would you want a man to embrace that in you? I'm going to embrace what I see keeps you stagnant. You ain't dealing with a man at that point. You feel what I'm saying? That's not a motherfucking man. That's not a man that wants anything good for you. Yeah, we could talk about the physical shit. You know, accept me as I am. I'm this, I'm that. And like I said, it's a delineation between this shit. Those who want to be healed and those who want to be medicated. And this is what I'm saying. Like, the common thing with all of these motherfuckers who was like, now I clearly defined what the fuck I meant and showed the accountability piece. I said, if you keep running into these types of scenarios, at some point it's you. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not that motherfucker who's going to constantly be on some, it's never y'all. It's never y'all, baby girl, do this, that, and the third. So that was the first one, you know. But ultimately, the thing that what stuck out the most to me was multiple people saying, I don't agree. I don't mind not being agreed with. Don't. I tell y'all on this podcast all the time, assume that I'm lying and go fact check me. Why do I do that? Because I don't want you to just blindly accept what the fuck I say. But in the same token, when you agree with what I poured my intention, I intentionally set this to be a piece of, hey, here's accountability real quick. I intentionally set that. The majority of the motherfuckers who called it knew that it was an accountability piece. And you didn't. When you say that you don't agree with something that is known, I'm like, yo, did I fuck up? Y'all tell me where I went wrong. Did I fuck up? Because I can admit that if I fucked up. You feel me? I'm not against that. Like, did I say something disrespectful? Did I say something condescending? Did I actually say something out of the way that I wasn't supposed to say? You feel me? Because you know the difference between men and women. Men think before they feel. Women feel before they think. So when the shit blurs, when the shit crosses lines, it's like, yo, no, you felt that. This is like, so, and it's like, yo, I was thinking before I felt. So there was no, okay, bam, this is what shit is. So I had to make sure I wasn't wrong, you know, but for you to disagree with an accountability piece spoke volumes to me. And to see the type of person that this person was, like, granted, it's social media. I don't know shit about what I'm seeing in the pictures and all of that shit, but people will tell you, they'll show certain shit. And when you start to see certain things, like, you caught in this loop. A lot of the motherfuckers that they're the same ones just posting these things about, I don't like this, men do this, men do this, men do this. So I'm like, this is what the problem is. You guys are being medicated. Continually being medicated. And I even said this shit in the post. I was like, look, bro, I said, this shit pisses me off when they try to tell y'all are never the problem. Y'all can never be the problem. You feel me? I got 2 books working on my 3rd. I got a whole half of a podcast. Soul Frail Conversations dedicated solely to talking to my brothers about the shit we gotta fix, about the shit that we gotta work on. You feel me? 2 books on the same shit. You feel me? So it's like with my sisters, I'm like, yo, I'm your friend. I'm your friend, so I'm gonna give you the game as your motherfucking friend. I'm sorry if you want me to be friendly with the shit. I can't do that. I can't do that because it's like, what's going to happen when you bump your head again? And I just can't get it right. Why can't I get it right? Why can't I get it right? It's the common denominator in all these things. I keep running into fuckboys. I keep dealing with the fuckboys that can't keep up with me, blah, 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 blah. What I want, I don't want to work for. So it's like, you know, another point in that post is about beauty. You know, I'm like, if this man has to substantiate your beauty, you're not beautiful. I didn't say it like that, of course, because I knew that wouldn't go over well. I knew that shit wouldn't go over well. And I was like, you know, you embraced the beauty in yourself that you want him to see. You want me to tell you that I'm beautiful. You feel me? Now, like, this is me talking from the experience of both sides and shit, dealing with women who wanted to be met. It's like, I'm young, so I'm like 18, 19 years old. Tell me I'm beautiful. The fuck for? I just like hearing it. I get it. At some point, it's not about just liking to hear it. Because you need to know this shit about yourself. Sometimes I don't. And I've heard women say this. Sometimes we don't feel like we do it too. Wake up in the morning, I don't feel handsome, bro. You feel me? My beard looking rough and shit. I ain't do my baldy in a minute. You feel me? I don't feel very handsome right now. But that's the point. There's moments when I don't feel, but I know I am. That's the difference in the shit. You feel what I'm saying? You got to know you are whether you feel it or not. That's the point that I was saying. So I was like, did you embrace the beauty in yourself, or you want this man to just hype you up so you can, you know what I mean? Do you want to be medicated? Do you want to be healed? What's the situation? What's the scenario? You feel me? So I'm like, okay, that's that post, right? Motherfuckers go, now, this is like within moments, the very next post I stumble upon. Because that's all I do is I steal memes and shit when I'm on this shit. Keep y'all motherfuckers engaged. Y'all know how I do. Y'all know my story. So I go steal the next one. This next one literally went worse into what I was saying. It was like, it's not you. It said, look, sis, he just can't deal with the love that you have. You feel what I'm saying? Your love, it penetrates the depths of his soul, and he's scared for it to come down here. And it's a woman speaking for a woman, like that's some very toxic shit. I'm sorry. I look at that shit as very toxic. If y'all are motherfucking sisters, if you gonna be in a motherfucking sisterhood and all you gonna do is tell your sisters around you, it ain't us, it's them. We're fine. Now what? The reason why I'm getting frustrated with this shit is because it's like, this is the template. These are going to be the motherfuckers that my little girls and my nieces and shit got to look up to. I gotta be able to give some game at some point. You feel what I'm saying? My nieces, my daughters, like, these are the things that I gotta look at now, because it's like, no, that's not enough. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Don't flip it like that. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with you. That man just couldn't understand your capacity. That man didn't do this. And this brother's doing the shit too. Don't get me wrong. His brother's doing the shit too. Like, ladies, are you really this, that, and the third? Or is it him? It's him. No, fuck that. We need to stop doing that shit. We need to put the shit on the table for what it is. Look, this happened 10 times to you. 10 times. How many times was it the same person? Oh, it was 10 totally different motherfuckers. That's your ass. Now let's talk about that. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this post, and it's like, yeah, so he just can't handle your love. You know, he's not made for a woman like you. Shit sound beautiful. It's poetic. Till we put that accountability piece on the shit. How the fuck, if you know that your love is this deep, if you know that your love is this transformative, you know that it can change and make a man better, but it doesn't make the men better that you're involved with. It doesn't do these things. At some point, what is it about you that keeps drawing you to motherfuckers who can't capitalize on the shit you investing in? You feel me? That goes back to the previous post where I even talked about that. I said the reason why they're like, you get you a man, there's men that are going to invest in you. As an investor, hear me well. See, that shit sound good on paper. As an investor, I am not putting my money into something that I do not see potential in. That is from an investment standpoint. So now when I made the parallelism, I'm like, the reason why he doesn't invest in you because he doesn't see the return on investment being strong enough. Nigga, I'm worthy. I didn't say you weren't worthy. But you have to step. That's the metaphor you're going to use. Really step into the mind and listening to somebody who actively invests and says, you know what, principally, if I look and see that, you know what, this shit has not moved. This shit has not done anything. I do not see the growth in this. I'm not investing in it. I can't get mad at that. That company can't get mad at me because it ain't making growth. Can it? No. But yet, you feel me? I can make this statement as a man and say, you know what? Your return on investment might not. Like, he's already peeped that. I'll keep you around because this is what you can be around for. And this sounds the misogynistic part. This is the part that sounds like it is. It may very well be in your perception. That's not the malice, and I'm not coming with that energy right now. But the reality is that you can't get mad at that. You know what I'm saying? So back to the other post. It's like, okay, these men, you know, they just can't, they're not able to handle the woman that you are. You are a woman, here you roar. You feel me? That shit hypes you up. That shit give you that energy. That shit makes you feel good until it's time to put the accountability piece on it, because how the fuck are you repeating this cycle? I get it if it happens one time. Oh, cool. You caught me slipping, nigga. I ain't doing that shit again. And you don't do it again. But when this shit keeps happening, my sisters, this shit keeps happening, my goddesses, this shit keeps happening, my queens, my brujas, my loves, whatever the fuck y'all want to be called right now. When this shit keeps happening, what happens? You dig what I'm saying? Who's at fault here? Who's the common denominator in the situation? And that's all I was doing, was bringing light to it. I'm like, here you are. Here's what I was doing. And I use this metaphor in the second part. I'm like, all right, bet. You feel me? Matter of fact, this shit fits the podcast episode I got. Entrepreneur who's big fish in a small pond. The big fish syndrome. That's what this shit is. Except that I'm a big fish in a small pond. Like, you feel me? I get it. I'm going to use it like that. You know, on one hand, you know, this is going to be a euphemism, but on one hand, it's like, you got to embrace me, flaws and all. This is what I am. I'm a complete package. I've still got to work on myself. You feel me? That sounds good. But then when you put it in perspective like this, why would I accept the big fish in a small pond when I'm in a river? I'm in an ocean. I'm in a deeper pool. You're not even trying to leave the small pond. Why? Because motherfuckers is telling you that this is your habitat. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, what those posts do, that was my whole point in the shit. These posts pacify y'all. This post medicate y'all. These posts make y'all feel like you ain't got to do no motherfucking inner work. You feel what I'm saying? No motherfucking inner work whatsoever. Then you meet a motherfucker who requires you to do, oh, he's too demanding. He's too hard. He's too this. No, he's a fucking man. He's a man that you're supposed to be fucking with, but you can't see that shit because you used to fucking with goofy motherfuckers and it's not them. I mean, it's not you that's being attracted to goofy motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? It's just, oh, these goofy motherfuckers just keep popping up. They turn out to be goofy motherfuckers. It's resonance, baby girl. You feel me? It's like this. The whole theme is like, what these motherfuckers do for y'all in that medication space is like, they tell you, it's not you, it's the men that you resonate with. Boom. Think about that shit. Let that shit marinate. I got to drink some water real quick. Let that shit marinate. Because that's literally what they're telling you. It's not you. It's the men you resonate with. How the fuck can you resonate with them? Do you know what resonance is? Yeah, we throw this word out because we resonate. We resonate. Yo, I'm resonating with Shorty over there, yo. You feel me? What the fuck does resonate mean? Let's go to the physics perspective. When things resonate, they come together. Now, resonance can either lead to harmony, distortion, noise. It can lead to a different thing because the resonance is how the frequencies merge. You feel what I'm saying? What frequency you on to where you can match the resonance with this motherfucker? Like, this nigga's in your space. This fuckboy is able to enter your space. This fuckboy has the access to, this fuckboy has the ability to pull up and have access to you. Think about that. Really think about that. You feel me? That's all I did. That's all I said. That's all I said. I said, you know what? Y'all got to be real though. It might not be y'all. I mean, it might not be the men. It might really be y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Because it requires a level up that you don't feel like you have to have. I'm able to understand this perspective and then use the metaphor of the big fish in a small pond because it's like, they're like, you know, you have a motherfucker who's telling you, yo, you outgrown the pond. That's simple. Level up. Start to get ready to go to another level. Now you got to require, ain't nothing wrong with me. The fuck? You feel me? As opposed to saying, look, there's nothing wrong with you. This is a river. This ain't a pond. This is a river. You're not in a pond. This is a river. Those men just can't keep up. And the minute they talk about are fucking minnows and you a goddamn koi fish. Moment of silence. You're a fucking koi fish, fucking with minnows. You feel what I'm saying? That's the side that I'm talking about. I get it. If you a minnow and the minnows is fucking, all right, we can wear that. We can look at that perspective and say, okay, yeah, it's them. You a fucking koi fish, sis. You're a fucking koi fish and you bitching about minnows. Minnows can't give me what I need. Minnows can't care for me the way I need to be cared. They're fucking minnows. They don't even live as long as koi fish. The fuck? You feel me? They don't eat the same food. They don't shine the way koi fish shine. You feel me? Koi fish are valuable fish that, you know, you can breed and raise and sell for thousands of dollars. You have a koi fish farm. You feel me? Minnows, you can motherfucking go in the woods and find a deep piece of some deep water and just swing a net in the motherfucker and find them. But that's what they're telling you. You feel me? It's too deep for. You're too deep for it. Yes, you're going to be too deep for a minnow if you're a koi fish. Now, as a koi fish, can you fuck with the sharks? Can you fuck with the seahorses? Can you fuck with the seals? Can you fuck with this other shit that's in the ocean now? That's the point right there. That's the accountability piece. That's the part that is problematic. And that is like what hit me when the motherfucker's like, I don't agree. You don't agree with me you don't agree with accountability? Now, granted, this is why I understand the masculine, feminine thing so well. Now, I always talk about masculine is principle, feminine is detail. They call it the detail, Mr. Principle. I get it. Seed was planted. It was what it was. Because it's like I said, they're going to have to feel it first to think about it next. Now, I'm going to have to go. Now, I'm in a position right now where maybe I could have said it a different way. I could have structured it, but I couldn't. I had to give it the way I was supposed to. Y'all know what it is when you tapped in. You say the shit. Who the fuck cares who's triggered, who gets mad? It's like, yo, all right, either going to get some medicine or you're going to get some healing. You feel what I'm saying? The women that wanted the healing is like, okay, cool. I see where you're coming from. You feel me? The women that just wanted medication, I don't agree with the fact that you're telling me that I got to do more with myself. It's called life. It's called growth. You feel me? You want to stay that koi fish in that motherfucking pond. You want to be the big fish in the small pond, and these motherfuckers are hyping you up for that shit. So the motherfuckers say, yo, your love can penetrate so deep and make him a better man. But he doesn't want to challenge himself to embrace your love or whatever the case may be. Has it ever dawned on you that he has challenged himself? He has embraced it, but your love wasn't enough. You don't want to hear that part. That's the part you want to hear. That's the alternate side to the reality. You feel what I'm saying? It's one thing to where you always dealing with men who are beneath you, whatever the case may be. And that gives you that little ego thing. Because I'm convinced a lot of y'all fuck with niggas that ain't shit because you fuck with dudes that ain't shit because it makes what you don't have built set for yourself less amplified. But until you get with a motherfucker who's on his shit or doing the shit that he's supposed to be doing, it's like, I'm out of his league. You're not. You just got to level up. You just got to learn how to get in the game. You feel me? Us men await. You feel me? But we don't like denial. We don't like the fact, yo, you need to touch this shit up. I ain't doing it. All right, bye. Fuck. Fuck. Go back to the pond dwellers then. We do ocean shit over here. You feel me? So it's like you can't in one breath, like I said, when it comes to that friend shit, I'm not a friendly motherfucker. If I decide, okay, I'm going to be friend. I'm going to be a black woman's friend. All right, you off your shit or you bitching about the same shit several times over, I'm going to talk to you about it. And I'm going to say, okay, look, I'm going to empathize with you. And that's another thing. I don't sympathize with y'all. I don't feel sorry for y'all. You feel what I'm saying? I feel your pain. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't feel sorry for y'all in the sense that, oh, poor thing. Because that's going to keep you in the victimizing shit. This shit, it's not you. Oh, y'all ain't children. Y'all ain't children, so y'all don't need to be coddled or looked at like children. It's like, okay, look, baby girl, look. This was a fucked up situation. Fucked up dynamic. I'm with you. You feel me? Now, let's go to the next point. I'm not dismissing your feelings. But it's like, yo, you can't stay here. I can't knowingly let you stay here knowing what it's doing to you. Because now we talk about the whole friendship. Black men, let a black man be black women need more black male friends who ain't trying to fuck. Okay, cool. So now we like, do you want them to be friendly or do you want them to be friends? Well, I need to be protected. I need to be, that's a very powerful piece. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of glimpse of what's coming in Sofa 3. Protection and provision is not just physical shit. As a man, God, King, Titan, whatever the fuck we want to call ourselves, you feel me? What fuck we calling ourselves these days? But when a man protects and provides for you, he has to do so physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So if I see you on your shit, if I see you doing some shit that's not right, I got to check that. If I see that this is fucking with your emotional peace, your mental space, your spiritual space, okay, look, here's what's going to happen. Like, here's what I got to tell you this shit. Because this is insanity that you hopping in. You feel me? They don't want to hear that shit. Suddenly I'm misogynistic, I'm disrespectful because I'm telling you, yo, baby girl, you are fucking with minnows and you're a koi fish. Be a koi fish. That's all I said. Basically, I should have said that shit instead of all of the shit that I typed because there was a lot of triggering pieces in there, apparently. But that's all I said. Stop bitching about minnows that can't do koi fish shit. Koi fish? fuck, like, the fuck, like that shit, it got me because it's like, now it's like, I'm like, y'all, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. Every time I hop on this shit, it's somebody telling y'all there's nothing wrong with y'all. There's nothing wrong with y'all. You feel me? This whole embrace sexuality thing. Yes, I'm all for women embracing sexuality, but I'm not for frivolously fucking random niggas. I'm not for my homies frivolously fucking random women. You feel what I'm saying? That's the shit that I'm on. Embrace your sexuality. Learn your sexual drive. Learn how to experience these things, but have some fucking quality. That's it. If you want to go fuck this dude, but don't fuck this dude just because of, I'm finally able to do it because men do it. Nah, your sexual liberation should not be because of men. Period. Poo, whatever the fuck y'all say. You feel me? That's your sexual liberation should not be at that. But again, this now goes back to who wants to be medicated, who wants to be healed. Because there are women who are actively embracing all forms of their sexuality. You feel me? But they're doing it because it's like, yo, I want to be sexual. I now want to be the woman that I'm supposed to be. I want to be the fucking koi fish. You feel me? But then it's these other motherfuckers who just want to, I just want to do what men do. How the fucking men do talk about this and do this and do this and do this and do this and get okay with it? And it's like, I want to embrace my sexual. No, you just want to get fucked the way a man, you want to fuck the way a man fucks without being critiqued for the shit. You feel me? If that's your prerogative, Bobby Brownina, I'm not mad at you for that. I'm not mad at you for that. You feel what I'm saying? But the accountability piece is this. You got to worry about, these are energies that you transfer. These are this shit, like you running risk of certain shit. You feel me? You dealing with motherfuckers and you ain't even, you know what I mean? You're not even at peace with yourself. You're just catching bodies. You feel me? And I'm telling y'all that side of the game because it's like, as a man, they told me, get all of the girls, have all of these hoes and shit. You feel me? I did it. Had the bodies and shit. I got a lengthy list, very lengthy list. I'm not proud of the shit. And that's the part they don't want to tell you about. You want to emulate the men that are doing shit that there's a part of us that we're not proud of that shit. We were never fulfilled in that shit. We looking at it like, damn, bro, I did all this fucking for what? You feel me? I even had that conversation with my big homie. I said, bro, I didn't fuck them all. Granted, I didn't fuck them all, but I'm like, yo, what next? Nigga, you got to do a threesome. Okay. Oh, get a threesome. Do I do another one? Like, fuck, man. Yo, you got to eat some pussy, bro. When you eat the pussy, bro, it's going to do something to you. It's going to make it. All right, boo, start eating pussy. Like, what next? What else? See, that's the side of the shit. You feel me? It sounds good on paper, like, yeah, like I'm fucking all of these women and shit, and women, like, y'all have embraced, that's the side that y'all want to embrace. I want to be able to fuck without the critique of men. I want to be able to talk about, my body can do, I want to do all of this the way men do without, like, but what about the other side? What about that unfulfilled side? A lot of us have caught bodies and bodies and bodies and bodies and bodies, so we felt nothing. You feel me? The reason I went celibate, the reason I had to go celibate, because the last woman that I penetrated and had sex with, it felt like nothing was there. Nothing was there. I'm physically gripping, touching, kissing her body, but nothing was there. Dick still got hard. I'm still erect and ready to, but I felt nothing. Nothing. I'm like, that was the first time it hit me that all of them had just been bodies. It's like, damn, bro, I'm numb. I'm numb to the sexual experience. I'm numb to the shit. That shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool. I had to cleanse that shit. I had to heal that shit. I had to go through that shit because I'm like, that's the other side of the shit. You feel what I'm saying? So then, like I said, you got the women that are embracing their sexualities and doing all of these other things. Cool. I got you. But they're doing it because it's like, yo, I'm a woman. I like, you feel me? I like being sexual. I like just doing the sensual shit. But y'all believe sensual shit is getting fucked and fucking somebody. And it's like, ooh, I want some dick. Blah, 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 blah. Let me get some dick. I want some dick. I want some dick. And then you get the dick and shit. And it's just like, what else? What else? Does this dick make you grow? Does this dick make you better? You've been fucking this nigga for 3-4 months and you still in the same goddamn position? Y'all can't manifest shit? Y'all can't do anything different? In fact, you're going backwards because he's an anchor? You feel me? But you embracing your sexuality, but you're not doing it in the sense that's the accountability piece. You fucking up. You fucking up. As your brother, as a motherfucker, like, yo, That's why I try hard not to play. Like when I put this shit out, I don't do the peace kings. I don't do the peace queens. I don't do the gods, goddess and shit. I either say brother or sister because brother and sister are the only things that I feel like are on my level. You feel me? In life. My siblings, cousins and shit like that. But I mean, like, that's a lineage. Like cousins are just another form of a sibling from a different, but you feel me? When I look at brother, when I look at sister, those are titles that I take seriously. So when I call you that shit, when I express that shit, I'm going to treat you like that. I'm going to treat you like that. You feel what I'm saying? As your brother, if I'm seeing, yo, these motherfuckers are pulling the wool over your eyes, telling you that nothing's fucking wrong with you, tighten your shit up. You feel me? And you going to look at me and say, no, they right. Ain't nothing wrong with my shit. You just doing it. All right, cool. Now you go bump your head, do the same shit again. Oh, fucked up. Let me guess. How the situation play out like this? Yeah, he can't love me. He can't do this and this. Is like, it's not him. It's you. Let's tighten this shit up. Let's address it. That accountability shit is hell. Accountability is fucking hell. Men and women. But of course, I'm talking about my sister right now because, like I said, this shit blew me to know that I'm giving an accountability expression twice. I did it twice. 2 times. 1, 2. Uno, dos. The other 1 and 2 in every other language. But, you feel me? It was an accountability piece. The first one I can say I may not have, both of them I had my intentions of, some accountability for your ass. You feel me? But the first one, I didn't expect it to go the way that it went. You feel me? See, here y'all go with this misogyny. Y'all misogynistic, man. I see what type of shit y'all on. It's like you just disrespect. What did I do? What did I say? What did I say wrong other than what's your part in this shit? That's what they didn't agree with. That's what they were upset when I asked them, well, what is your part in this shit continuing? Clutch my pearls. How dare you say that? There's nothing wrong with me. I don't know. I feel like going with the wind. But that's the shit that I be talking about. That's the shit that I be on. I don't hold no punches with this shit. The same way I talk to y'all, I talk to my biological sister. I talk to the women that have become my soul tribe sisters. I talk to them the same way when they be like, yo, I'm like, all right, check this out. The fuck is you doing wrong? You feel me? Why do I do that? Because when I used to talk to those women, my sister, the homegirls and shit, first thing they used to ask me if I ever came to them bitching about a woman, they asked, what did you do? We ain't talking about me, nigga. The fuck? What you mean? What did I do? No, what was your part in that shit? Because it's a situation that, like, they taught me that. They taught me to look at it like that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it brought more of accountability to me. That led to me being in a situation where I'm not trying to be medicated. Oh, that's all you can do is medicate me? And that's the problem. When I look at, lady, you're enough. You're enough, but you're not. And what I mean by that is that, let me go ahead and retract that shit. Let me go ahead and say what I mean real quick. You feel me? Motherfucker shut down. But what I mean by that is that, if you're not enough, right? What's going to happen to you? Because if I'm looking at it from this perspective of, okay, I got to keep this woman, I got to every day continually make sure this woman feels love. That means she doesn't feel love when I'm in, like, if I have to make her feel love, she doesn't feel love. It's simple, basic, critical thought. If it's my responsibility to make her feel loved, I get it if it's my responsibility to make her feel loved by me. But nah, it's like, make me feel loved. You got to love it. What's your standard? What's your barometer? What does it mean for you to feel loved? There's no capacity. If you haven't even defined that for yourself, I'm a hamster on a wheel. You feel me? You haven't even set an expectation to see if I can even meet it. You feel what I'm saying? You don't even know within yourself what you're lacking and what you need. But then when it's put on the table, yo, what are you lacking? What do you need to make yourself not be caught up in these situations again? There's nothing wrong with me. Mr. Jackson said there's nothing wrong with me. You feel me? All of these motherfuckers that keep posting shit says nothing's wrong with me. It's you guys. Okay. Well, how the fuck do you keep fucking with us guys then? Us motherfuckers who ain't shit. Us motherfuckers who can't elevate you. Us motherfuckers who can't give you shit. How the fuck do you keep ending up with us? That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Because it goes into a conversation, I had about Matter of fact, see, it's all in 72 hours. This is another one. I flipped the situation about, the what if a man got full custody of his daughter, of his child, and then when he was upset, he said, "You can't see my baby. You can't do this." Basically, just putting this that everybody's response was, "Well, he should." Now, this is the woman. This is what pissed me off. This is really what triggered it for me, because it's like these same women that are talking about he needs to be accountable, he needs to be responsible, he needs to be more of these things. You choose who you have a baby with. All of this shit. As soon as I flip the gender and put it back on them, it's like, how dare you say that shit to us? You see, as men, the reason why we continue, we're coming differently sometimes is because we're forced into accountability. We're forced into accountability. Women aren't. Women aren't like, nah, yo, you good. It's nothing that you got to do. Fuck that. We need to start putting that shit on the table. Because like I said, so I'm going through this, all of the women like, yo, y'all don't be like, sometimes with social media, I be playing chess because I see who's going to contradict and who's going to do what. You feel me? This time it really stuck out to me because I don't know if, like I said, changing of the times, but I'm like, yo, this is a delineation. There's women who want to be healed and there's women who want to be medicated. And there's women who don't even know what the fuck they need right now. Do I need healing? Do I need medicine? Like, I don't know. I got a headache, but should I go to the hospital or should I stop eating this shit? Or do I take an aspirin and an Advil? I don't know. I'm just going to sit here with a headache. All right. Look. The markets are not a difficult place to understand. All right. You just have to know what you're looking at. And there's 5 things that you need to see before you can make any market entry. First, you need a pocket so you can know which direction the market is going in. Second, you need a pullback so you can get the better price. Third, you need a battlefield so you can see when that market movement is slowing down. Fourth, you need the upper hand so you can see when the market reactivates. And last, you need a final push so you can see the exact moment when it's time to go with the direction you are already moving in. Okay? Of course, there's so much more that has to go into that, and it's not as cut and dry as that. But those are things that I teach in my Mastering the Market course. So if you would like to learn more, please visit IamJustSing.com and check out the Mastering the Market course today. Although it is directed and specialized for Forex, all of the skills, I crafted them to be transferable to any market that you're looking at. So again, visit IamJustSing.com and check out the Mastering the Market course today if you are truly looking to master the market. You feel me? So that post, it made me look at it from that perspective. I was like, bro, how in the fuck can y'all see that he made that choice? You feel me? And one of my brothers, shout out to him. He said one of the most logical things. He said like, yo, y'all, come on, bro. We really, let's be real. We don't know that this motherfucker ain't shit while we have a baby with him. That's not, we don't know that shit. We find out after. You feel me? Goes back to friendly and friends, but that's a whole different conversation. But you know what I'm saying? So all of these women is like, yeah, you got to be accountable. You got to, you know who do you lay down with and all of this shit and this, blah, 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 blah. So we not going to put that back on y'all? We not going to put this accountability thing on y'all too? Like, y'all don't have to do this? This ain't y'all shit. This just for us? Nah, you feel me? I hear, look, social media, I follow a lot of women, influencers and shit and all of that shit. It's like, yo, I see it all the fucking time. Ladies, men do this. And it's like, yo, men, y'all ain't doing this. Y'all ain't doing this. I get it all the time. You feel me? Motherfuckers fuck with me because I be trolling and shit. But like, I'll go into their shit and do some contradictory shit or some play with, like, because they know my intention. They know my heart. They know where I really stand and shit as far as, the men. I'm like, yo, but I be, you know what I'm saying? They're like, men gonna do something like, yo, but I ain't had my fun yet. I say some crazy shit like that. But it's like that shit plays out and it happens because it's like we're forced into accountability. Women aren't. So it's like all day long, women can tell us, yeah, men ain't shit. I'm not saying these women say this on their pages and shit, but it's a lot of accountability pieces. Like, yo, the men need to do this, the men need to do that. Okay, cool. Soon as it's like, bam, this is why I'm saluting and I'm giving the flowers right now to all of the women that are going through the healing. You feel what I'm saying? The women that are like, because like I said, the other 75%, this is like, y'all were on some other shit. I was like, ooh, I need a break. I need a breath. Like, It's like, yo, I never bashed y'all. I never said y'all want shit. I said y'all are better than you're acting. Why? Because you're not even being who you're supposed to be. You're acting a certain way to get this certain man. So I said, you're not even better. You got to be better than you acting right now. That's all I said. Koi fish. Stop bitching about minnows. Koi fish. Go fuck with koi fish. When you go fuck with a koi fish, you'll see you ain't a koi fish. Because now Let's extend this metaphor. Feel me? Back to Shamu. I brought that motherfucker for entrepreneurship. Now I'm bringing this motherfucker for whatever the fuck this conversation is. You feel me? Shamu is the beast. Shamu is the shit in SeaWorld. You put Shamu back in the ocean, what the fuck happened to him? Or her, whatever Shamu is. I don't know. It feels like it's a masculine name because it, ends in ooh. But put Shamu back in the motherfucking water. He ain't an orca no more. She ain't an orca no more. Like, nigga, wait. There's motherfuckers who look like me? Yeah. You feel me? You Shamu, and you around seals and shit. All y'all are in a protective setting and shit and all that shit. What is it about you? You get pampered, you get your food fed to you and shit. You don't hunt it. Now you in the motherfucking ocean and you see this big tasty ass seal go by and this seal whoop your ass because you ain't built for the shit. You supposed to be eating seals. You feel me? And you can't even eat the motherfucking seal because you not an orca. You're Shamu. You feel what I'm saying? Not in the sense of size. Ladies, this isn't body shaming. I'm not calling you fat. I'm not calling you obese. I should not have used Shamu because this shit is not going to end good. Anyway, we almost had to tail end of this shit anyway. So putting that shit into the proper perspective in the proper context is like, that's all the fuck I was trying to do. That's it. The alternative perspective is like, what if it's you? It can't be me because this person said it wasn't me, it was y'all. This person said it wasn't me, it was y'all. But this person did not tell you that you in the same fucking cycle loop and can't break it. Who the fuck is that? That's not every man. And then it's like, it internalizing programs with so much because it's like some men. That is a powerful sentiment. Like when we do things like some men, some women, some this, and we leave it at that. We don't say some men you're attracted to. Some women you involve yourself with. Some women you fucking with. Some women you involve yourself with. We never put that extra piece to it. So when we hear the some, we think it's every motherfucking body. Yeah, all these dudes is like that. The vast majority, all of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So then when you get with a motherfucker who's upper echelonian, a motherfucker who doesn't fit in that shit, you don't even know how to act. You don't even know what to do because now this motherfucker has requirements. He's too demanding. He's too demanding. He's this. He's that. He's third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. I don't want to go fuck with him. I know that I'm built for this shit now. Like, yo, you got to level up. First time I seen this other side to the shit, when I had to embrace, I'm different, was I'm dealing with this. I'm telling her, yo, I'm celibate. This is how I knew she was fucked up as a person. Like, not really fucked up as a person. Like, I mean, I shouldn't say that because she's my friend. Like, we're cool. We're cool now. You feel me? But this is how we've had this conversation. Like the conversation I'm about to tell right now, I've had this conversation with her. So it's like I tell her I'm celibate and it's just like, she keep pressing. I'm not fucking you. I know I'm a good woman. I didn't say you want shit. I didn't say you want shit. I didn't say you ain't had the capacity. Now you see how all this shit is coming back. But again, I'm gonna go deeper. I'm like, I didn't say none of that shit. I said I'm not fucking you. Like, I don't know if you don't understand how much I love and feel for myself. I don't know you well enough to put my dick in you. I don't know any capacity outside the fact that you're cute. You cute and you a little woke. You fuck with some shit that I fuck with. You feel me? That's all I know. I don't know shit else. I don't know your past. I don't know the type of niggas that you fuck with. I don't like. There was a phrase that I always say. You feel me? That hit me heavy. Somebody told me, it was like, yo, your attraction can make you unattractive. When I see what type of dudes you fuck with, because for me, it's not about, I've broken that point about the ego type shit where it's like, yo, like I said, when it went to the bodies, it's like, bro, big homie, what now? Go fuck with older women. What now? That's probably why I like older women now. Because it's like, I kept getting the, what now, bro? What do I do now? Okay, I got some pussy. What do I do now? Get some more pussy. Okay, I got some more pussy. Now what do I do? Get some more pussy. The fuck is more pussy? You feel me? Okay, threesome. Okay, bam, got it. Okay, cool. What now? Do something different with the pussy. What? Like, eat it? Something? Okay, cool, bam, I eat it now. Now what? Get some more pussy. Like, that's all it was. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, that carries into, you get older and it's like, man, fuck that. I don't want that shit no more. You feel me? And then you got to deal with that battle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I don't like this shit no more. Like I want one motherfucker. Like that's all I need. That's all I want. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like you got to get to that point. You got to get to that point of elevation. You got to see it, but you got to start to see. It's like yo, why the fuck am I fulfilled with these? It's like yo, sexually, you don't want to be fulfilled. Like you just want to catch the bodies, and I did. I caught the bodies. I was never taught sex. If I was taught the power of sex at such, I wouldn't have been fucking like I was fucking. But the point of that was that, you feel me? When it comes into that shit, and it comes into that accountability shit, it's like, what now? Because like I said, when I'm looking at your past, I'm like, yo, what kind of dudes you fucking with? I'm gonna tell you the type of women I'm fucking with. I'm gonna tell you the type of women that I came from, that I used to fuck with. Because now you have to see, not no shit, this is what you competing. No, it's not what you competing with. This is my standard. Because I don't fuck with them no more. When I excommunicate them, I ain't gonna say excommunicate. But when I'm done with a relationship, I'm done with a relationship. That shit's completed and I'm done. There's no, I don't need no closure. I ain't gotta go back. Fuck it. You feel me? We're not talking anymore. You don't have to worry about exes with me. But you need to understand that my exes are my standard. Because I progressively got better with the quality of woman that I was with every time. So when I get into that situation, I'm expressing like, yo, this was my ex and shit. And you see them as competition. You don't see them. You can't see you. Oh, this is what I got to. No, it's not what you got to compete with. This is your standard. You either gonna keep up or you're not. Like I'm not going backwards from her. If she set the tone for this. But then at the same time, it's like if I'm looking at your situation, it's like I need to know the men of your past. Oh well, it was always them. It was always them. Like I said, I run into these situations with women who be on some shit like every dude in my past keeps coming back to me telling me it's not like that shit. Boost your motherfucking ego. That ties all of this shit back into motion. You keep hearing that it's not you. You keep hearing that it's not you. You keep saying shit like, I've been with men who, oh, I looked and I couldn't find your void. I couldn't do this. Like, it's just something miss. I gotta have you back. Blah, blah, blah. They keep coming back. That boosts your ego. That boosts your ego. You a whole motherfucking koi fish getting your rocks off because minnows keep telling you they can't leave you alone. Now you swimming with a koi fish. You come in with a koi fish who's like, I've been fucking with koi fish for a while. You're a koi fish. You know that, right? I'm showing you're a koi fish. You believe you a minnow. You feel me? You believe you a minnow with different colors because you've been around minnows all this time. But now you're coming into the situation with another koi fish. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, yo, this is what the koi fish do. You feel me? This is what the koi fish do. So it's like, in that regard, like that capacity is like, yo, what about your past? What do I need to know? I need to know what your standard is. If you have any? You feel what I'm saying? If you have any. That's why it's like, I use this example. Like, I knew that relationship was going to be hard. I still tried it because I really liked it. When I say I saw the potential in this motherfucker, I saw so much potential in this motherfucker. And it's like, I still see it. I just can't tap into it. I'm not in that space to be in there no more. But like, her potential, everything was so raw. It was so fucking raw. Like, I knew she was a go-getter. I knew she was all of these things. Like, I admired, I really fucking liked her. But I didn't pay attention to, because these are things that I had to learn through experience, but I didn't pay attention to the fact of who her ex was just before me. You know, I tell this story all the time. This is where it clicks and it makes sense, because it's like, she telling me the story about how she had to read my book to her boyfriend at the time, or husband or something. I don't remember what the situation was. I think it was her. I think they were men. I don't know. But her man, right? She said, I had to read your book to him, and he didn't get it. Wow. I'm the author of the book. I'm the author of that book. That's not downplaying her as a person. That's not saying she ain't shit. That's not doing none of that. That's this accountability piece. It's like, are you now built for what you're trying to go into? That's what I be talking about. Logically speaking, if we put it into perspective, you were dealing with, like, that's like, I have to accept that that's your standard. You dealing with, like, that man was in your intimate space. Y'all fucking, that's your man. You feel me? Y'all envision marriage and all of that shit, growth and all that shit. That's your man. You're reading him a book. He doesn't read it himself. You read the book to him and he doesn't understand it. He doesn't get the material. He's just like, man. And your immediate change is to the man that wrote that book. This is not to be bragging on myself or no shit like that, but I'm showing, like, this is the shit that gets y'all fucked up in the game, my loves. Like, this is the shit that gets y'all fucked up in the game. Because what happens is, y'all think your standards, y'all think y'all previous experiences made you enough naturally. This is the shit that I'm talking about. This is how this shit is able to come full circle now. Because all of these women who are, oh, it's not me. It's not you, sis. It's not you. You're okay. You're fine. It's these men. It's these men. You don't have to change. You don't have to do shit. So what do you think the situation is going to be like if you go from dealing with a man who doesn't read books because you had to read it to him to dealing with a man who wrote that very book? You feel me? I'm going to try to wrap it up there, bro. Like, that's what this shit was all about. I'm glad how I was able to close like that. Because it's like, now, what do you have to, what is a requirement of you to deal with some shit like that? Now, that's just linear. That's a one-dimensional thing. Your last relationship, you dealt with a man who didn't read books that you had to read a book to. And the very book you read to him was the book that I wrote. You feel what I'm saying? Like, do you see the quantum difference in that shit? I can't be tripping. It's not an arrogant thing. It's not anything like that. Like, you're dealing with a man who could not understand the book that the next man you're trying to deal with wrote. Where does that put you? Where does that put you? And as you've seen, when I started this, like, you can even hear it in my voice, I still fuck with her. You feel me? She's still a beautiful soul. She's still a beautiful person. Like, you feel me? If times wouldn't have been what they were, we probably could have been together. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was like, there was degrees of separation in that relationship, in that time that I spent with her. I had to see that shit. It's like, yo, I saw the insecurities. I saw all these things. And she was real good at speaking through music. Some of the shit she couldn't say. So she sent me the song, and then I listened to the lyrics of the song. I'm like, damn, she basically told me. She was like, okay, I know that I want that capacity, but I'm basically not quite ready yet. And I know that I didn't know that I wasn't ready. But I'm not going to tell you that I'm not ready, because then that's going to imply that I'm not going to try to work towards whatever case may be. So that was the lyrics of the song and the combination of song and shit. So it's like, bam, it gets to a point where it's like, yo, it was doing to, I'm like, yo, lady, you didn't level up for this level. You feel me? And now I'm putting this back on a general perspective. Y'all didn't level up for that level because you've been conditioned to believe that you're not the problem. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm glad I used that book metaphor, because this was somebody that she really fucked with. You feel me? So outside of cheating, I'm not just talking about cheating and worth and shit like that, but peep that shit, bro. How many situations have you been in where you continually fuck with motherfuckers who couldn't read and you started fucking with authors? And you got these motherfuckers telling you it's not you. You feel me? That's the shit that I'm talking about. You got these motherfuckers telling you that it's not you. It's never you. You feel me? If after dealing with a motherfucker who wasn't reading or couldn't read, you're dealing with a motherfucker who wasn't reading books. Now you're dealing with authors. You feel me? I'm gonna stick with that example because it works. Now you're dealing with authors and shit. That means you got to read more. You might be prone to read more. Now that world changes. That world changes. You feel me? You think you're productive because I read 4 books this year. This author writes books. That means the motherfucker has to be on point. On, like, you feel what I'm saying? It becomes intimidating. You feel me? That's what they fucking you up for. Because it's not you. Go back and deal with the minnows. You're a koi fish. You're a fucking koi fish. The fuck? Why are you not fucking with other koi fish? You feel what I'm saying? And that's the only shit. That's all the shit that I was trying to convey. That's the shit that I did convey. But you had motherfuckers like, you know what? I'm not, I don't agree. I don't agree with the fact that I want to author, but I don't want to step my game up to deal with them, like to put myself in a position. Like I said, for this transition to have happened, to go from dealing with a motherfucker, like, it's not just about the reading. It's the capacity. If you've read So Frail, you know the context and the content within So Frail. You feel me? I know I got homies, I got people right now that's like, yo, I'm still rereading this book now. Still rereading it now because it's like, yo, it's still layers to it. It fucked them all up when I wrote So Frail 2 because I purposely wrote it. So it's like, now with So Frail 2, you got to go back to So Frail 1 for certain shit to make sense. And then it's like, that was a connecting. Bruh, that shit went together. What the fuck you think So Frail 3 is going to do? But anyway, yeah, that was a quick shameless plug. But anyway, it's my podcast. I do this shit. But that plays into the dynamic. Because you have all of these dudes, you have these people keep continually telling you, nah, sis, just get you. It's not you. It's not you. It's those men that can't read. You like readers, but it's those men who can't read that are the problem. It's you dealing with those men who can't read that are the problem. You like men who read. You want to be involved with men who read. Hell, you want to be involved with men who write these motherfuckers. But it's not you. It's nothing about you that's attracting men who don't read. It's nothing about you who's in a space of dealing with and accepting and allowing these motherfuckers to pull up on you if they can't read. And then you get mad or you feel like a person demanding because now you're dealing with an author who's writing as many books as you're reading at a time, or who is reading books at a capacity that's different from yours. Now you feel like it's different. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm sticking only with that metaphor just to bring all of this shit home. You feel me? Because now it's like in the shit that I wrote with Sofrel, that individual that she was with couldn't get the information. I wrote this information. To write this information, what does that entail? You feel me? Because in order to get something, you have to have the knowledge base behind it. You have to have something, some kind of connecting piece to get you to understand everything that's going on. For me to write this content, what the fuck you think had to go into that shit? Now, this is not to say I'm better than this man. This is not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying me and him are in two different stratospheres at this particular point. Two different stratospheres, two different ozones. Like, it's not the same thing. You feel me? And now you have women, it's like, that's the shit that I'm trying to say. Level up. Level up for that next level that you want. You feel what I'm saying? And here's what it is. Like, this man couldn't do nothing with, like, case in point. So dealing with that, it's like, there's no incentive for me. There's no incentive for you to read more books if you're dealing with a motherfucker who don't read. You feel me? But when you're dealing with a motherfucker who's, yo, I just finished this X, Y, and Z book. Bam, 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 bam. Check this out. Check this out. Yo, I want to talk about this with you. And it's like, damn, I didn't even finish the last one and shit. You feel me? I knew like she had this particular book. I read the book. The book was good as fuck. But as she's like, I just can't get through it. It's too much information. I'm like, yeah, I read that shit in 3 days. You feel me? Levels. And it wasn't levels of like, she couldn't, like, it was, the information was heavy as fuck. It's talking about high order metaphysical shit. That shit that above the commercial 5D shit. I tap into different shit. Like I go deep into these studies and shit that I have. You feel what I'm saying? But that's what I do. I get excited by this shit. You dig what I'm saying? I don't do this shit for the show. I don't do this shit for play. I do this shit because I really like challenging my mind. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? So on that scale, it's like, bam. That means in order for you to understand like how my mind can work, that means you have to at least dabble into the shit that I'm doing. If like that's not the capacity, then it's cool. I'm not knocking you. I'm not saying you ain't shit. I'm not saying you ain't worthy. You feel what I'm saying? Go back to the post where it was like, if, you know, your love is going to challenge him to be better or whatever the case may be, he just doesn't want it. No, what if your love is really not enough? You feel me? What if the nagging and shit you had to put into another motherfucker, the past motherfucker that you was with, you had to nag them to get them to do certain shit, to dealing with a motherfucker who you don't even have to talk to have the shit done before you even asked about it. It's different. How do you deal with that? You feel what I'm saying? At some point, you have to realize that you're the common denominator in that shit. You feel me? And I love y'all to life, my sisters. I love y'all to life, to the moon and back. But at the same time, it can't be all peaches and cream. You feel me? Y'all need to see the sides of the shit that y'all fucking up with. Y'all are wasting time. Y'all are wasting energy. Y'all are wasting life believing that you don't have to level up. You feel me? Believing that you don't have to elevate. Believing that there's no work you have to do. So yeah, I know I'm a koi fish. I've acknowledged I'm a koi fish now, but I still want to fuck with the minnows because I don't want to be a koi fish. I don't want to learn how to do what a koi fish does. Now let's go back to Shamu. You feel what I'm saying? Put Shamu in the motherfucking ocean. That nigga, he ain't gonna want to know how to run in the pack. You feel me? He's gonna want to have his food thrown to him. He's gonna want these things. He's not gonna want to go get it on his own because he can't. He don't know how. And that's a Shamu problem. Shamu fucking up in the ocean is a Shamu problem. You feel me? You wanna be Shamu because y'all look like orcas. I want to go fuck with the orcas. Now I can't fuck with the orcas. It's the orcas' fault. No, it's Shamu's fault. Shamu ain't built for orca shit yet. You feel me? But at the same time, oh, these men that I keep fucking with, they don't fulfill me. Why? Why can you not be fulfilled? Why can you not be fulfilled? Tell me why. What does it require for you to be fulfilled? You feel what I'm saying? This is when I'm starting to understand, like, that line that I was talking about between the healthy women who are looking to heal and women who are looking to be medicated. That fine line in between that shit is the reality that work has to be done. I got to do the work. That's it. It sounds good. It sounds good to talk about it, but it's another thing to do it. Put that shit in. What is the work? You feel what I'm saying? Because that fine line that you end up walking between those 2 points is, I am an empty pool. It's like you get to a point where in that relationship, you don't love them back. You love how they love you until they can't love you anymore. That's what we're not talking about. That's what a lot of women are dealing with. In the beginning stages, you loved me. I said, no. You loved that man loved you. And then when that man started doing other things, it's like, there's no more attention on me. The spotlight ain't on me no more. Yeah, the infatuation phase is dead. The infatuation phase is dead. That's why you got to be built on yourself. So that way, your own personal development, your own personal growth, your own personal viewpoint of yourself, it offsets the infatuation phase. So you're getting this motherfucker continually. It's like, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. That's why you always end up waiting for the shoe to drop, because you know the infatuation phase is going to fall off. Why do you know the infatuation phase is going to fall off? Because you want this motherfucker to fuck with the shit about you that you don't fuck with yourself. And through all of this shit, I was the bad guy. I was the wrong motherfucker. I was disrespectful. I was condescending because I pointed that out. You feel me? I pointed that out. You know what I mean? I hate when if I know that I'm joking, if I know I'm just saying some bullshit, I don't mind this shit. But when I know what the fuck I'm going for and what the fuck I'm intentionally saying and speaking on, that's when it becomes a problem for me. That's when it bothers me. Because that's not where I was going with that at all. And you know that's not where I was going, but that's as far as you were able to go with it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like when I look at the women and shit, like I said, these women don't want to heal. These women don't want to heal. They just want this medication to look like they're doing the shit. You feel me? You know, just to look like they doing the shit. And then you meet the motherfucker who's like it's levels and shit. That's one of the things that used to get me about relationships that I was in. This is why I started to pay attention to the exes. Because it's like when there's levels of separation, they fall for me fast. They tell me shit like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't control it. It's just like, what are you doing to me? It's like, yo, I have abundantly exceeded the expectation that you had. And I did that shit effortlessly. And I do it because I'm well above that standard. Again, this is not a shot at those men, you know, of a woman's past, and then a shot at that. But at the same time, if what you are allowed, what you felt, I've had conversations with women who have been in relationships 3 years, 12 years, and what I could make them feel in 2 months eclipsed everything that was like, it's levels, baby, and you don't even see it right now. And the crazy part about that is like, I wasn't trying. It was like there was no obligation. I didn't feel like I had to try to do this. Just like, and then they would keep constantly saying, I have to get used to this. So when you saying shit like that in relationships, I have to get used to this. How the fuck you gonna be bitching when the motherfucker tell you, yo, you gotta level up? You gotta stop taking this advice of these motherfuckers that nothing's wrong with you. If you know for a fact, this is not what I'm used to. I don't know how to take it. I don't know how to do this. You take it by elevating yourself to get to that point, to show that you're supposed to be there. You feel me? But nah, that's not the case. It's like, yo, I'm gonna wait for the shoe to drop. I'm gonna stay with the minnows. You feel me? You gave me a whole accountability piece, and I'm gonna ignore the shit and say you ain't shit. You just talking about us. Bro, you gotta, these are the things that, my sisters, these are the things you gotta have within yourself. These are the gems and the diamonds you gotta have within yourself to bring out. You feel me? That's why all of you, y'all keep getting into these positions where it's just like, yo, how y'all keep fucking up? That's my thing. All of these things keep telling y'all nothing's wrong with you. Y'all are the perfect ones. It's us that's fucking up. But how do y'all keep getting fucked over? I don't get it. If y'all are the perfect ones, y'all are the ones there's no problems, there's nothing wrong with y'all. Like, now I'm being, of course, sarcastic a little bit, but Because I know the game. That's why I fuck with y'all so heavy. Because it's like, yo, there's y'all, and it's like, I'm not, y'all, I fucks with those who know they ain't perfect and still doing the work. But there's y'all to get hyped up with this shit. Girl, it ain't you. It's him. Girl, it ain't you. It's him. There's nothing wrong with you. Y'all really live in a state of delusional perfection. That doesn't exist. You feel me? It's not you. It's him. It's those men. They can't do this. Like, and then when I point out, yo, it might be you. How are you even in a space to fuck with this type of motherfucker? You feel me? How are you in a space to fuck with this type of motherfucker? It just don't make sense. It just don't make sense. And you can't make it make sense. And then when a motherfucker asks you to make sense, you get mad. You feel me? My relationships don't work, but it's never me. Huh? Okay, cool. At some point, you gotta, like, you feel me? I'm feeding into these narratives that says, you know what, girl, he just can't handle the depths of your love. He can't handle this. He don't know how to transmute. He don't know how to, like, at the end of the day, if you're gonna begin with the shit talking about the challenge, like men like to be challenged, like when love can make them better, but he's not ready for it. Like, what if your love just doesn't do it for him? What if you're not even giving him love and you think you loving this motherfucker? You feel me? Because a lot of us have misconstrued the reality that love is tolerance. How much you can, that's why we want to be loved, flaws and all. That's why we want motherfuckers to take us at our worst and then, you know, nah. Because with love comes correction. Because true love is going to make your motherfucking ass better. If all of these situations destroyed you, they hurt you, it's like, yo, at some point, there was no love there. We get that part. But where's the love for yourself to say, I can't keep in this same loop? What is it about your own personal self that's not allowing you to step out of that shit? To be in a position to get into situations with love where love is real, where motherfuckers really fuck with you on that type time. You feel me? What are you supposed to be even seeing? What is the beauty within yourself that you have to embrace in order for a man to see that beauty within you? Some of y'all be like, I want a man to tell me that I'm beautiful and everything. You just want a motherfucker to tell you that you're cute because beauty is in the soul. Y'all be having some ugly fucking souls, be cute as fuck. Bad as fuck. Real cute, but be having some ugly fucking souls. And that's when you get into take me as I am. No, fuck that. Don't nobody want that shit. All right. We're too old for that shit now. We're not teenagers. We're not early 20s. We're grown ass motherfucking adults now. We done put in some work. We done gone through certain cycles in life and we learn shit. And now it's time for us to evolve and develop a lot more. We're in our adulthood stage. No, get your communication skills right. You feel me? One of the things was, it was like, he doesn't cater to your emotions. You know what I'm saying? I said, no, he doesn't support your emotions. Those were the 2 points right there, I think, that triggered it all. One was, he doesn't support your emotions because you don't use your words. You feel me? Hey, babe, what's wrong? Nothing, I'm fine. You just walk around kicking shit. You want me to figure this shit out? Fuck you. Fuck that. I mean that with the utmost respect right now. Fuck you and fuck that. If you're not going to vocalize what the fuck is going on, quit bitching to me. Quit being passive aggressive. I can't get help. I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. Address that shit. Use your fucking words. You're an adult. Express how you have to feel with me. Say that shit. Let's get to this consensus and let's move forward. You feel me? The other point was, he doesn't support your dreams. You feel me? Did you stop dreaming? What dreams do you have on paper? You dig what I'm saying? Is the reality built for you to deal with those dreams? Like when I'm talking about the woman who's right now sitting on $1 billion idea. $1 billion idea. Well, right now it'd probably be on pause, but $1 billion idea. You dig what I'm saying? She tells me about it. Now, this is the whole support your dream shit. You feel what I'm saying? Support your dream shit. This was the other side of that shit. I'm like, yo, do you have your dreams on paper? Do you have something that you're actually tangibly trying to do? The fuck I'm support what's in your head for? Take that shit out of your head so I can support it. I need to see what the fuck I'm doing. Go back to the investment. I can't invest in some imaginary shit. What the fuck am I investing in? I need something tangible. You want me to support your dreams? Bring your dream into reality. Oh, accountability. Now that shit different. Like I said, she's sitting on $1 billion idea. The moment she brought that idea to me, my mind went, it's like a Rubik's Cube, bro. Like the shit went, I was like, yo, you can do this, we can get this started, we can do this. Like, bam, 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 let's put it together. She got scared. Wait, it's going to take a lot of money to get this shit. It's going to take this, that, and third. It's going to take time. It's going to do this. It's going to do this. Cool. Nothing but time. You fucking with me and you want to fuck with me. And our goal is every relationship I get in is to spend the rest of my life with you. You feel me? The rest of the life that I'm supposed to have with you, I'm going to change it to that. however short or long that may be. You feel me? That's how I treat relationships. I mean, you dig what I'm saying? So my mind is like, okay, bam, we're going to build this shit together. Like, bam, let's get it rocking. It's going to take time. It's going to do this. The best time, if you know something's going to take time, the best time to start is now. Well, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. Everything that could stop her was her. It wasn't me. I supported that shit like a motherfucker. Here we are, what, 4 years later, 3 years later? When we stopped talking? 2017, 16, 17, 18. Here we are about 3-4 years later. Whatever the case may be. Yeah, 3 years later. Yeah. Damn, we definitely, me and her stopped talking right when my Saturn return started. That shit end next week. But in that, it's like she was the one who stopped that shit. Oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this. So that was the point that I was making in that post. The accountability piece. Yeah, you want him to support your dreams, but do you have anything to support that you want him to support? See, you just want a motherfucker that's going to sit there and listen to all of the shit that the wonderful world of Disney. Don't nobody want to do that shit. Not action-oriented motherfuckers. You feel me? I get it. It sounds good. I want to be with the man who has action and shit until you got to start doing action and shit. You feel me? So it's like, damn, I posed those questions. I was like, yo, he don't support your dreams. Do you dream, motherfucker? You feel me? Do you dream? Do you have ideas? Do you have visions? Are you scared of the shit that you want to bring into this world? Why the fuck would I support it? You don't support it. You don't even trust your shit. This shit hasn't even made its way into the world yet. You feel me? The shit that I dream about. You feel me? I got a jam session. I think I might drop that shit soon. I said, what I saw in the mind, I see in the mirror. It ain't gonna stay in my head for so long. And so if you fucking with me and you like support my dreams, I'm gonna support these motherfuckers. Bring them out of your fucking head. As long as they stay in your head, they gonna keep being convoluted and shit. Time passed and shit, and this person still has not done this idea. So much so that another person has already implemented this idea and made it work. It pissed me off when I seen it. I'm still hurt to this day because of that. I'm not hurt because I don't fuck with her no more. I'm not hurt for that. I'm hurt because it's like, I saw your vision and you saw your vision, but it scared you. That's the shit. You wanted to stay a koi fish around some fucking minnows when you could have been a fucking orca in the ocean with me. Goddamn. Shit's crazy, bro. Shit's crazy. And on a grander scale, that's the piece that I'm talking about. Because I can't, I know the women who have been with the dudes that ain't shit. You feel me? And they have this standard. And I seen what happens when they move into a situation. Like, y'all keep watching these Tyler Perry movies. Y'all keep watching these movies and shit, these basic motherfuckers. Like, you're not ready for that next level. It's shit that you gotta change and you gotta do. Baby girl, like that's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to talk about. Give you that game. As a motherfucker who knows, okay, cool. Now let me put it like this, right? And I think I'll wrap up after this point. Let me put it like this. Would it really be more big homie-ish of me if I say, this is why y'all still single? You feel me? Because the caliber of men that you want, you don't want to work for. But you want to operate and act like that caliber and shit. And so if you get with that caliber of man without putting in the work, you're going to get triple left. And I'm going to tell you this straight. You're going to get found, fucked, and forgotten. And you're going to feel like he did you wrong when you were the one that couldn't even keep up. Yeah, it was some fucked up shit. He hyped you up, made you feel like you was in his space and knew you wasn't the whole time. You feel me? Knew you wasn't the whole time. That woman that I refused to have sex with because I'm like, yo, for one, I got to get to know you and shit. But I started to feel we're not in the same level. We ain't in the same playing field. And I respected her enough to say, I'm not fucking you. I'm not fucking with you. Well, I know I'm a good woman. I'm not taking that away from you. I don't know that shit. But I'm not like, you're not enough for me. Now, could I have been an asshole? Bam, piped her down, sent her the fuck back. I don't want to fuck with you no more. I could have did that shit. I could have did that shit easily. When I say I could do that shit easily, I can do that shit easily. But I got respect. I got integrity. I'd rather tell you the motherfucking truth. Look, the reason why this shit happened to you is because of this. You feel me? Yeah, you a good person. You a good human being. You are good. I'm not devaluing you as a person. That's what I think this whole shit was about. Motherfuckers thought I was devaluing them. I never devalued them. Instead, I said, take this value and multiply the shit. I gave you a task and a challenge to be better. And you said you didn't want it. You feel me? That showed the delineation right there. It's like, yo, there's women who want medicine. There's women who want to be healed. There's women who want a friendship with men, or they just want to be friendly with them. Like, I want a male who's going to be my friend without trying to fuck. This is what it's like. Truth, honesty, reality, bluntness. You feel me? You can say it, but it's just how you say it. How the fuck else can you say the truth? You feel me? I ain't call you no bitch. I ain't call you no hoe. I ain't disrespectful. I ain't call you stupid. I ain't if anything, how the fuck can it be viewed condescendingly if I said, here's your standard. This is where you at. Now just go be better because you can. That's not condescending. That's giving you hope. That's encouraging you. That's telling you to do more. You feel me? That's telling you to say, fuck what these men do for you. Fuck what these men can and can't do for you. What can you do for yourself? You feel me? And then let that resonate to the man that you're looking for. You feel me? That's all I was saying. I wanted it to be presented like that. Like, okay, bam, baby girl, like, let's flip the game. You feel me? Let's say you are at the top. Go higher. That's it. You feel me? Nah, you saying we ain't shit. You saying this and this shit like we don't deserve. Like, yes, I did say that shit. I said, did you earn the type of man you want? You feel me? Have you done what you're supposed to do to earn what you're supposed to get out of this man? Completely went over motherfuckers' heads. Even though I even said, and when I say earn, I don't mean by what you have to give to this man for him to have you. What have you given to yourself for you to be able to receive the reward of having a man like this? You feel me? But I was the bad guy. I was the bad guy in that shit. Because accountability is a motherfucker. You feel me? I never said they won't shit. I never said y'all won't shit. I said, look, this is why certain shit is happening. Tighten up. That's it. You feel me? And then I said, look, we need to stop hyping y'all and saying nothing's wrong with y'all. Because this is the quandary right here. You feel me? And I might do this on So Frail. I might do a part 2 to this on So Frail conversations with my brothers. Because here's the quandary to that. Nothing's wrong with y'all ever, but everything is wrong with us. We barely get the credit for the good shit we do. You feel me? With this conversation, it was these motherfuckers is hyping y'all to make y'all believe nothing is wrong. Nothing's wrong with y'all. It's the men that you involve yourself with. You feel me? Now, on the other side of that, for us, that same collective, we have to constantly hear, we ain't good enough. I had to reach a point where I had to mute all of that shit. Like, yo, I'm built different, bro. Like, I'm great. Like, the fuck you talking about? You feel me? Y'all men need to do this. Y'all men need to do that. Y'all men need to do that. I don't need to do shit. I'm in a league of my own. Kiss my ass. I had to step away from that shit because you start to internalize that shit. You feel me? Your desire to be a good man and you keep running into shit like, I'm not a good man because the standard said I'm not a good man. I'm not a good man because, and then now you have your brothers telling you this shit like, yo, bro, we need to do this. Like, when I had these So Frail conversations, yes, I get in our ass. Yes, I talk that shit to us. Yes, I put us in this position where I'm like, yo, bro, let's tighten up. But let's look at the other shit, though. I give us our hype. I give us our credit and shit like that. You feel me? I do that shit because it's like, we got to be in a position to where it's like, yo, bro, we are not all fucked up. You feel me? I only titled the book So Frail for dramatic effect. Never once in that entire book, never once in the So Frail conversation do I bash my brothers. Do I look at y'all and say, y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't got to get like me. Y'all always use words like we, us, and our every fucking time because I'm inclusive with this shit. You feel me? But this is what I'm saying. On the other side of that shit, we have from the women's perspective. Now, I ain't going to do the brothers' version of the shit because I got a podcast and a book on the shit. I don't have to do that shit. But for the women, it's like y'all have fed into the notion, this heavy, heavy, heavy notion that, bro, we motherfucking are not wrong. Nothing's wrong with us. You feel me? It's always them. Men need to get more mature. I say this shit all the time. If you're the more mature species, if you're the more smarter species, you know, like, how the fuck do we keep fucking y'all over? I don't get it. I don't get it. How the fuck can we keep running the game on you? The only response that I've ever heard in that shit was an actual logical response. And I guess the person was trying to be funny, but didn't know that sometimes when your subconscious mind speaks, it tells you truth. She said, well, it's the same principle. This is what she said to me. It's the same principle as when a parent, you know, as when a child plays around with a parent. Like, you feel what I'm saying? A child lies to the parent still knows, the parent still does this and the shit, and the child still plays around. I said, so you're equating yourself to a child. So now that's how we're going. No, that's not what, yes, that is what you're saying. Because who's the adult? You feel me? You're getting outsmarted by a child. You feel me? And I said that backwards. That would mean that in her implication, she's the adult. Like, how much shit don't your parents know about? Imagine that. Think about that shit. How much shit don't your parents know? Like, you've outsmarted your parents. There's shit that they know nothing about to this fucking day. Because you've outsmarted the fuck out of them. Because we're ahead of them anyway because it's technology and shit. Like, you feel me? You've outsmarted them. But they were the more mature one. How? Shit don't make no sense. Now, when you apply that shit to a relationship, it's real different. Because it's like, yeah, I said that wrong the first time. I cleaned it up. But now you apply that to the relationship, it's like, men aren't mature. We're the more mature species, and yet we're the fuckboys. Logically speaking, I should not be able to outsmart you. I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. You feel me? It's like, well, if that was the case, then he wouldn't get caught cheating. That's the thing. We don't get caught cheating until we stop giving a fuck. By the time, as a man who's in the game doing that shit, by the time you get caught, you've already been in it for so long, you just got sloppy and didn't care no more. You didn't care about it. Like, you reached that point where it's like, the first couple times you cheat, you might think, I might really still like her. But then when you start to still hang around her and shit, and she knows that you cheat and she keep taking you back, you don't give a fuck no more. I don't even have to try to outsmart you. I don't care enough to outsmart you. You feel me? But y'all are the more mature ones. And then I tell y'all some mature shit. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't see it. You feel me? Y'all don't see it. What did I do? What did I do wrong other than tell you, yo, what if it's you? Just gave an alternate. It's not me. It's not me. All right, cool. You just like being medicated. You like when I post these posters. Yeah, I love my black queens. Yeah, I love when the women do the shit. Like, I like posting that shit because that's genuine with my shit. But see, with love comes correction. And because I love y'all, if I see y'all fucking up or doing some stupid shit, same as if I see my sister doing some stupid shit. Hey, yo, what the fuck are you doing? I'm going to talk to my sister like that. If my sister's doing some stupid shit, yeah, she older than me. I don't care. Fuck. We ain't kids no more. You feel me? But if I see my sister doing some stupid off the wall shit, I'm gonna check it. Like, yo, that's not smart. Like, you feel me? My sister, like, our relationship is what it is because vice versa, we'll hit each other up when we need advice on some shit. She'll be like, yo, Ray, what you think about this, that, and the third? Because she knows I'm gonna give her the real. You feel me? She knows I'm gonna give her the real. Not like I treat y'all like my sisters. You feel me? If my sister was dealing with several men that I'm gonna sit her down and say, look, get your shit right. I might even be a little bit more rough with my sister. I'm like, yo, get your fucking shit right. This is your shit. You keep happening. This shit keeps happening with these men because of you. You got unresolved issues you got to heal. You got things that you got to face and you got to deal with. Now let's fix them. Let's deal with them. You feel me? Here's the perspective of what you should look for. Like, you feel me? I gave the alternatives. You feel me? I gave the alternatives. Niggas ain't catch it. Motherfuckers ain't catch it. And that was on me. You feel me? That was on me. And now I'm like, what's to really come of this shit? What's to really come of this shit? Because if we're going to continue to be on this way where it's not women, it's always men. And then women accepting that shit. And then we have the other side of it. Men is, it's not me. It's not them. It's always me. Some of us have internalized that shit. Some of us want to be in the not bad guy pocket so much that we literally just keep listening to what y'all telling us is not right. Instead of accepting, yo, there's shit that I do right. This motherfucker's complaining about a motherfucker that ain't shit. The motherfucker that's not even in my capacity. You feel what I'm saying? A motherfucker that's not even in my capacity. And I'm internalizing that we equals? Fuck no. I need to be self-aware for myself. So now they're telling me, that's why I make sure it's like, well, some men that you're attracted to, lady. Say that shit. Nobody wants to hear that part. Yo, these are the motherfuckers that you fucking with. You fucking them. You feel me? You fucking them. They can gain access to you. That's your fault. That's your fault. That's your motherfucking fault. And don't forget to take a moment to go get your exclusive merchandise from Just Scenes merch. At Just Scenes, each piece is specifically crafted with positive imagery and symbolism. From the titles and designs to the descriptions, each style gives you something to feel great about. With everything from hoodies and tees to coffee mugs and tote bags, we have something for the entire family. So be sure to get yours today. Find us on Instagram at JustScenesMerch and get your merchandise right now. All right, for real, I'm gonna wrap this shit up, bro. Cause this shit longer than I was supposed to go. This one I was supposed to end halfway in that last one. But anyway, for real, we done. Wrap it up. But my sisters, I love y'all, for real. I love y'all. I do. But like I said, with love comes correction. You feel me? I see y'all. I really do see y'all as my sisters. You feel me? That I fuck with. And if I see some shit playing with you, it's like, damn, that's fucking up. Because now it's like, I know the caliber of man I am. And I know that the women that have been coming into my space, they were the women who fed these beliefs that, you feel me? It's not y'all. It's the men. And then you meet a motherfucker like me who's showing you, it's not the men. I'm looking you square in your eye and say, it's not the men. It's not the men. You feel what I'm saying? It's you. It's you. You're the common denominator to allow this shit to be in the space. So now you have to level up. You have to evolve. You have to change. You have to transform yourself. You can't continue to play the victim. You can only be a victim for the world for so long before you become a suspect to yourself. That's a bar. That is a fucking bar, bro. That is real shit, though. You feel me? You can say, it's these men, 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 it's these men. And then your cycles keep repeating themselves. That's you. That ain't the universe testing you. That ain't this, that, and the third. That's you. This is what I do. This is my norm. This is where I fuck. This is what I fuck with. You feel what I'm saying? So as somebody who's in that position, as a man to where it's like, I have to keep dealing with that shit. I've reached the point where I don't give a fuck no more. Like, I don't give a fuck about trying to, like, no, now you have bought into these, like, I kept running into women who have bought into these notions that, yo, it was never me. You feel me? Now you like, Pete, now you have social media, all these people telling you, it's not y'all women, it's these men. Yes. However y'all say that shit. Sound like fucking gremlins and shit. Yes. Y'all can do that yes shit. And then you say that, and then you go back and you recollect on the past relationships you had where you were, I guess, the alpha piece. You were the apex. And they constantly remind you. You feel me? There's a direct correlation between the women that tell me that I was too much for them or that I was too demanding or too hard on them. And then when I look at their exes and how they say, yeah, my exes just did the bare minimum. And, you know, they always come back to me, say they can't find nobody else like me. I was the one who kept that shit afloat. Now you're dealing with a captain, baby. You feel me? You went from fucking with a jack on a board. You feel me? Now I'm the captain driving boats. Like, it's different. It's different. I mean this with the most modesty. I'm telling y'all from the experience of, and this is why I'm giving you the game, because it's like these women were wanting me. They just weren't ready for it. I done put in my work. I healed. I did my shit. I'm comfortable in saying that shit. I went through my breakups. I went through the problems, and it's like, I can't give y'all this game if I didn't do it. Sometimes at some point we got to realize that. You feel what I'm saying? We got to realize that degrees of separation are there, because it's like, yo, I'm speaking experience, y'all. I'm not coming from a book or more fucking psychology. No, I've been broken. I've been hurt. I've been bruised. I went through the trenches and I was able to come out. And now I'm looking at it from this perspective of looking at, okay, I pay attention to the women I involve myself with. So collectively, when they keep saying this shit, collectively, this is their group. Collectively, this is their audience, their niche and everything's coinciding. And I'm explaining this to you, and you're not seeing it, and you think I'm attacking you. You're not even ready for what you want, and you don't know it. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, I'm always open to women coming into my space. I'm always open for that. But at the same time, when I cross that line, it's like, yo, I got to test you. I got to see where you coming from. My ex is with this, my ex with that. Cool. You might have been the alpha in that shit. You feel me? You might have been the apex. But now I got to break it down from this perspective and say, look, what do you have more? Because it's cool when you always that nigga. You feel me? When you always that nigga, you always that upper echelonian in that shit. I think I'm gonna make that a shirt, upper echelonian. I'm upper echelonian and shit. But when you upper echelonian in your shit, then everything that, like, you feel me? Everything that's beneath it is not, So you assume, okay, look, I'm the queen, I wear the crown and shit until, you actually meet a king. Not a motherfucker that you gotta call a king. Motherfucker who's ruling kingdoms and shit. Changing, like, doing shit. It's different. It's different. It's a different expectation. It's a different reality. And it requires you to be different. It also requires you to be better. Y'all be wanting better relationships as is. As you is. You feel me? Y'all be wanting better relationships as you is, not realizing that you get a better relationship from being a better person. You dig what I'm saying? You get a better relationship from being a better person. And when you gravitate towards that person who might be that one up above, don't get intimidated by the shit. Vibe the fuck up. You feel me? Don't run away from the shit because it's like, oh, you too much. You too demanding. I got to compete. No, you don't have to compete with shit. You don't have to compete with shit. You make the choice to compete with shit when you feel like you are not in the same bracket. There's no competition when you know you're a winner. There's nothing to compete for. You feel me? And as men, the exploitive ones that help them fuel the fire for y'all to believe that it's never y'all, you feel me? They help feed that for y'all. You feel me? They help feed that for you. Like men ain't shit. And then some men, whatever the case may be. And this is why it's like they say if it don't apply, let it fly. But at the same time, when the motherfucker keeps saying the same shit and it be wrong information, it's like, yo, it don't apply. But at the same time, you can't apply shit that's fucking with you to everybody else. You feel what I'm saying? That's why you got to give that alternate perspective and not call it law. Like, you feel me? Men are always speaking on this shit. And it's like, maybe it's because I was addressing women, but I'm speaking from a perspective of a man who's on the side of the person. I do all of this shit and y'all can't receive it. How about that? Why can't you receive it? Because now you're on the point of talking about, well, some men can't handle the capacity of it. And some men you don't have the capacity for. You're not built for that and don't know it. You feel me? I don't want y'all out here getting fucked up. Because now this man I just can't get it right. And it's like, yeah, now you have to sit with yourself. Because you got men that have slipped through your fingers like, I was not ready for him. Why? Because what did you buy? What notion did you buy into? Girl, it's not you, it's him. It's these men ain't shit. These niggas ain't shit. They ain't loyal. They ain't never gonna be shit. The music that I'm listening to is telling me blah, 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 blah. And now I fed into that shit. And now I look back at my exes and I'm like, yo, I was always the greatest one in that shit. Now I meet a great motherfucker who it's like, yo, you're equally, oh, you already got this shit on smash. You do this. I got to do this too. Yeah. You didn't have to do so much. You feel me? I get it. That relationship I was with that woman that's sitting on that $1 billion idea, I get why that relationship was hard. I get why that was hard for her. She went from dealing with men who didn't do shit with themselves. She was the, you know what I mean? She's like, yo, bro, you got to do this. I'm helping you update this and I'm helping you keep on point with this, fixing credit and all this shit. I'm staying on point with that shit. Then you're dealing with somebody who does that shit on his own. Who knows how to do that shit on his own, who's actively in the business game and doing shit like that. And it's like, man, I want to start a business. Cool. It's cool to say you want to start a business to a motherfucker with no ambition. Because if you don't get it started, it's okay. You feel me? It's okay. There's no harm, no foul. It's like, well, you feel me? I ain't had a support. But then when you get that support from a motherfucker who's like, push it, let's do it. I promise you that shit would have been viable right now. It might have been impacted by COVID. I ain't even gonna lie. It might have been impacted by COVID. But goddamn, for the run that it was gonna have, because it was new to the market. It had not been done. That's how I knew it was going to work. I knew it was going to work. It had not been done. I said, yo, you can kill the game in this shit. And my integrity won't let me steal it from her. I know the whole blueprint. I know where she went. I know what she wanted to do with it. I know all of the shit. My integrity won't let me rock with it. I can't look at myself and say, you know what? She ain't doing nothing with it. That's still her shit. And she still ain't bringing it to reality. You feel me? That's the shit that I'm talking about right there. That's the shit I probably would have got to. Well, I did get to, but motherfuckers is triggered because y'all believe that it's never y'all. So with that being said, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_seen_. Be sure to check out my website at IamJustSeen.com to get all things that I just seen. I got something new for y'all too. It's about to really, really pop off and come out. I got some more books. Not so far through yet. Leave me alone. But I had to put together a quick Forex book for my beginners and shit, because it's like I teach the information real easy, but sometimes, you know, when you master something, you forget that the basic shit, like a pip, motherfucking like a pip, a support and resistance line and all like certain shit. You just because I was like, damn, I'm so past that. It's second nature to me. But I be forgetting motherfuckers don't even know the first nature of the shit. So I got that package for y'all. But yeah, go kiss your babies. Make sure they eat their vegetables. And for my sister, this one is solely for the girls. Teach them. Teach them early. Now, we've been doing this since we was kids. Baby, you're a princess, you're this, you're that. Cool. Keep instilling that in them. But now, start to infuse accountability. When things aren't going their way, don't just, there's nothing wrong with you. There's this, that. Because that creates a realm where she now settles. She doesn't try to improve herself for the betterment. She's not going to find better relationships because she's not willing to better herself or better the circumstance that caused her to be in this position. Start to plant the seed because now we're in a situation where the parents kind of dropped the ball. We don't really have many relationship experiences with our parents as far as courting and truly knowing the real reality of a relationship. Motherfuckers just let us go to the movies and shit. You know, bitch finger banging and shit. Like, you feel me? But I'm telling on myself. Anyway, so it's like that seed has to be planted within our girls. So when they get older and they're able to get this accountability, you feel me? And hear these things, it's like, yo, what if it's not him and it's you? They're able to deal with it. Now, I'm not saying internalize it that it's always you keep working on yourself because that's what a lot of brothers are doing. That's something I had to break. Men ain't shit, men ain't shit, men ain't shit. You feel me? My first relationship, the relationship in which I got my heart broken was me saying, you feel me? I should have been out of that situation. You feel me? I had never seen an example of a man. You feel me? So I'm like, you feel me? My pops walked out on me and my mom and, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what he walked out for. So I assumed that anytime you walk out, you a coward, you need to fight, you need to do this shit. No, this motherfucker was toxic. She was making me lose my fucking mind. I was supposed to be gone. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, from that one side of women keep being internalized that it's never y'all, and us keeping being internalized that it's always us. I took that shit and said, okay, I'm gonna stay it. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna take that punch. I had given everything I had. And she told me, she said to me, I'm unfulfilled. This was our first breakup. She said, I'm unfulfilled. And I said, well, damn, I don't have anything else to give you. And that was the first time I had been depleted and didn't accept it because I was still drawing on reserves. I was pulling away from myself to give to her. And she looked at me and told me, this is not enough. Damn, that was something I had to eat. But the point that I'm saying with that is that off that side, don't internalize that for our sisters too. That, you got to like, yo, you're going to be enough. You're going to be enough. You're always going to be enough. You're always going to be enough. You're always going to be worthy. But at the same time, does your worth, does your enoughness extend beyond the area you're trying to be in? You feel me? Teach that to the girls. Teach that to our baby girls early. When you become the big fish in a small pond, go to the river. Simple. Stop trying to mold into the shit. Start to grow and evolve. And you'll get into that situation, get into that pocket a little bit better, So that's what I wanted to say, man. Again, I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all my sisters, man. I love y'all. For real. And you feel me? If you heal, if you in this healing pocket, you know what's up. If you in the medication pocket, you need to switch to healing pocket and stop being medicated. You feel me? And stop walking that thin line and shit. You feel me? Because what we really have to really do is my sisters just got to be accountable for your shit. Y'all ain't always right. Y'all ain't perfect. We know we ain't perfect. We reminded every day, every fucking day. We ain't shit. You feel me? Some of us have internalized that. Some of us try to fight that and offset that narrative and shit. Some of us can't even be ourselves because we trying, I got to be a king, got to be a God, got to be this, got to be that, got to be that. That's why I got to just be seen. I've already mastered this shit a long time ago. And it's like, you feel me? We got to do that shit collectively. My sisters, I want y'all to be in a position where it's like, y'all are able to have that accountability piece and know that, okay, yeah, I keep running into the situation because it's me. All right, cool. I get it. The first situation, bam, bam, bam. Mourn for that shit. Okay, baby, that was fucked up. Second one, all right, how the fuck you fall back into this shit? Third one, this is a pattern. You like this shit, don't you? Do you like that shit? And that's all I want for y'all and our sisters and the collective to be able to do and embrace. I don't have any ill will with y'all. I don't have any malice. I love y'all. I really do. So when I see y'all fucking up, just like when y'all see me fucking up, Y'all tell me. You feel me? Y'all tell me, and I'm like, all right, cool. And I make the changes I need to make. You feel what I'm saying? But me telling y'all that these things, I'm not saying y'all ain't worthy. Y'all ain't worthy. Y'all worthless and shit. Y'all don't count. Y'all don't matter. I'm not saying that shit. With love comes correction, though. If we gonna be better, we gonna be better. That's how I look at it. I can't just say I'm gonna be a black man who's gonna get his and get it on his own, like, and elevate and shit. And whoever's at the top that's who I'm fucking with. Nah, I'm gonna say, look, bro, you can come to the top, but this is what the top it needs. You know, here's the work you got to put in. You feel what I'm saying? This is just me giving a perspective off the other side, because, like I said, when you always at the top and you're not dealing with men, it's like, who's telling the story for the men who are dealing with the women who can't keep up? You feel me? Because somewhere in this story, somewhere in this narrative, the shit's fucked up. Somewhere in the story, it's fucked up, because if the women keep getting hyped up that they perfect and shit, but then we as men, like, nah, bro, she wasn't even enough, bro. What is that if we don't have this communication barrier where we can talk and we can listen to it? It's like, you don't have to agree with what I said, but you can't deny the reality of what's playing out. These shits are feeding y'all this bullshit to keep y'all stuck in a certain mentality that y'all don't want to grow from. Then y'all 5 years down the line, and y'all see them, like, 3 years down the line, you talking to the motherfucker who's like, so how's everything going and shit? Like, did you do this? Yeah. Where you at with yours? Oh, well, I kind of dropped the ball on that shit. See, fucking with a motherfucker like me, I supported your dreams. I would have been like that, but I couldn't be hands-on with your shit. That's the difference. I'm not doing your shit for you. And y'all got to understand that y'all ain't going to get that, despite if that's what y'all want. So I'm going to end it there. I love y'all. I love y'all. Be sure to kiss your babies. Make sure to eat their vegetables. And I'm going to see you all on the next one. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out.